Hey guys, I want to do a video today about how to properly acoustically isolate your reference monitor speakers. Now, a while back I did a video on how to choose the right reference speakers for your studio, and now that hopefully you guys all have pairs of speakers that are working for you, I want to show you and talk to you a little bit about placement and proper acoustic isolation of these speakers. Now, in an ideal world, what you'll do is you'll have your speakers placed onto stands, kind of like these guys, that are behind your mixing desk. The reason is because when monitor speakers are placed directly on your mixing desk, like this one is, what they do is the speakers produce all kinds of frequencies, and bass frequencies are usually the largest offenders. What the speakers will actually do is they resonate, they shake and vibrate all of the stuff on your desk, including your mixing desk, and they effectively turn it into a really crappy speaker. And this is detrimental for your listening, because if you have your mixing desk vibrating, especially bass frequencies, that are conflicting with and impairing your ability to properly perceive the low end of your mix is going to turn out crap. So it's very important to get your monitors off your desk. Now, a lot of you are running home-based project studios and you're tight for space. You know, they're operating in bedrooms or offices or whatever. And my mixing environment is no different. As you can see, my mixing desk here is pushed right up against a wall, and I don't have the ability to use the stands that I would normally use. Now, enter a new product that I would like to share with you guys. So I went on a bit of a hunt to try and find a solution, and what I have to share with you guys today is a product called a Recoil Stabilizer. Now, before I talk about it and why I use it, I'll first talk about the solutions that most people use. Most people have been told to put foam underneath their monitor speakers because that will separate the monitor from the desk, and the foam will absorb some of those low frequencies and help to prevent it from turning your desk or your equipment on it into these resonating pieces of material. Now, in theory, that sounds great, but it doesn't work properly. I wouldn't recommend using foam underneath your monitor speakers, and here's why. When monitor speakers are tested, they're tested on something very solid, like granite or heavy metal. And the reason for that is because having something solid underneath the speaker is critical to its performance. If you put foam underneath the speaker's standing on this very unsteady material, and it's very similar to trying to run in quicksand. So what it actually does is it will take the low frequencies that speaker is generating, and it will dissipate them. That energy will dissipate into the foam. The speaker doesn't have a solid footing to stand on to properly produce the frequencies it's supposed to. So it doesn't perform. So foam, ladies and gentlemen, is not the solution. So what I'm going to show you today is the Recoil Stabilizer. This is a monitor support system that is intended for mixing desks like this. And what it is basically three components. It does have foam. On top of the foam, it has laser cut steel, a large, heavy laser cut steel plate. And then on top of that, it has another layer of a seating material, kind of like neoprene. And this is the solution that I use. Here's why. First of all, it does have foam. This is very high-end, properly selected studio acoustic treatment foam that's designed to absorb the frequencies that come out of the monitor speaker and isolate it from the desk to prevent the desk from resonating. Now, we said that foam is bad, so let me explain how this product addresses this. And that's where the steel plate comes in. The steel plate sitting on top of the foam still provides the monitor with a very solid, stable footing. Now, if the monitor speaker was just sitting on a piece of steel, it could cause some potential downsides in that the monitor could vibrate off of the steel plate. So that's why the additional seating material is here on top. So the three components: the seating material keeps the monitor solidly in place, prevents it from possibly vibrating around. The steel plate provides a very solid footing and allows the monitor to still perform and produce all the frequencies it's supposed to, and to maintain its flat frequency response. And then the foam serves its purpose of properly isolating the speaker from all of the other materials that could resonate around it. Okay? So the company that makes these is called Primacoustic. This is called a Recoil Stabilizer, and they're about $100, and highly recommended. I'm using them now in my studio, as you can see, and I've really enjoyed the results that they've produced for me. So one thing I'll say is these are about probably 2 inches high, so they do push your monitors up. So it's important that when you guys are buying these, you select ones that are going to keep the sweet spot of your monitors in the right position. Now the sweet spot in your monitors will depend on which ones you have. I'm using Mackie HR824s, and the sweet spot is kind of midway in between the woofer and the tweeter. So I want to make sure that that is positioned on the same level as my ears. And Primacoustic has thought ahead, and they've actually designed different types of recoil stabilizers. Some of them are angled down, some of them are angled flat, and some of them are angled up. So just make sure you get the right ones that position the sweet spot of your monitor speakers in the right position. So those are the recoil stabilizers. Hope you guys got some value out of that. And I actually have done a whole new video tutorial series for you guys that I would invite you to check out on acoustic treatment. This is just one product. We're just scratching the surface. The whole theory behind and process of acoustically treating a studio is very technical and very, very important. A lot of mixing and mastering engineers that I've talked to say the very most important thing that you can do to improve the quality of your mix downs is to change your room and properly acoustically treat it. No type of plug-in or monitor speaker or anything is a sound card. All of that stuff is completely extraneous if you don't have your mixing environment addressed. If you have frequencies bouncing off all the walls and reflecting off things and bass buildups and resonant frequencies in your room, then it doesn't matter really the quality of your other gear because you're not going to be able to hear properly. So I've done this full video tutorial series for you guys where I actually went into the Primacoustic head offices and I interviewed their product engineers and their CEO, Peter Janis, and turned that video footage into a full product for you guys so you can learn the ins and outs, everything about studio acoustic treatment. So I put a link for that video tutorial series directly below this video in the description field. So if you're interested, check it out. I put some video samples up there too so you guys can check it out before you buy it, and really hope that helps you guys to get your rooms dialed in. So happy music making, and talk to you real soon. Cheers.